Oh, the Bigdaddie Sports Room, your host Bigdaddie.
LB Jenkins.
And we're back at you once again, talking about the hot topics in the NFL. Let's jump right in it. You know, after that abysmal performance on Monday night, should the Vikings seriously consider trading AP and Jared Allen?
I mean, if you talking about the performances of Josh Freeman got thrown in there. There was no way.
No, people, why are you talking about Josh Freeman real quick? The offensive coordinator should be fired. You cannot have a guy be there 10 days and throw 53 passes. That's asinine.
50 passes, one route read. There were plays with only one receiver to throw to. What's the logic in that?
No, what he gave you on Monday, Christian Ponder could do. I mean, that's a whole other conversation. Look,
if
trade AP or no?
You talking about trading AP, you talking about trading Jared Allen. Guess what? Blow him up! That's exactly what you're doing. Because Jared Allen is that defense.
Okay,
AP is that offense.
I know what it is. Yes or no?
I say no.
What they saving them for? Are they going to be good next year?
They get a quarterback.
Are they going to be good next year?
They get a quarterback. Let's see, Josh Freeman only a year. You ain't put nothing in, bro. Put this year in.
If they get Teddy Bridgewater next year, they're not making the playoffs.
My point is,
if they get
a playoff team in 2 to 3 years, if you blow that team up, you getting rid of AP, you getting rid of Jared Allen, you starting over, you looking at 3-4 years for a playoffs. No. This team makes the playoffs.
If you blow that team up, you get rid of AP, you get a 1, you get rid of Jared Allen, you get a 2, there's a possibility that you can get enough talent in there that in 2 years you can have a winning football team. Let's be real. As great as AP is, they not winning. As great as Jared Allen is, they not winning. And so if there are assets that you could use to get more talent, so yeah, you won't get talent in return equivalent of AP, but more pieces, better receivers, better offensive linemen, better cornerbacks because the secondary is horrendous, better game-changing linebackers. Why not do it? Standing pat is not doing nothing. Leslie Frazier is a dead man walking. Look, the GM this year has to make a point because Cordell Patterson ain't showing up, and the 2 defensive linemen, they've been okay, but they ain't been great. He got a hit on some draft picks. Everybody in Minnesota's on watching. Ziggy Wolf, the owner, he don't play. So I think you need to make that trade.
You can. I mean, if you want to start over, that's the decision they got. It's put on a decision.
We make starting over in the NFL sound like starting over in the NBA or Major League Baseball. It's not the same. You start over in the NFL with a quality team of management people. In 2 years, you can be back.
Look, you just seen that, and Jacksonville used to be a playoff team. They just started over a couple times. You ain't seen that.
But that's bad management.
But my thing though, this is the team that management-wise, this team has been here, so they ain't made no additions. Every year you should be
So what I'm
better.
saying is the people making the decisions need to be moved.
All right. So you said fire everybody. Blow everybody up.
Next up, how concerned should the coach be with the loss of Reggie Wayne?
Oh, very concerned. Very, very concerned.
Before Reggie Wayne went down, I looked at them as a serious threat. Sunday night, I'm like, this team could possibly represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Reggie Wayne goes down. Look, I like Darius Haywood Bay, love his speed.
Not consistent.
But not consistent.
T.Y.
Hilton,
not consistent. Trent Richardson, not dynamic.
No, Trent Richardson, Cleveland did themselves a favor. I don't see him being a team's #1 back. You know who he is? And I know they're going to hate to hear this. He's Mark Ingram, who came out before him.
Ooh.
It's like, he was great in college, but on this level, it's just not happening. So I look at them and I say, they have to make a move at receiver. I know Josh Gordon has been rumored to be on the trading block. Hakeem Nicks has been...
Look, I take Hakeem Nicks, but like, Josh Gordon's not replacing Reggie Wayne. Hakeem Nicks ain't replacing him, but that's closer.
But the thing with Josh Gordon, I mean, he's Darius Haywood Bay with just as bad at hands, but he's a little bit more consistent. He's explosive. He's more consistent. He'll drop the occasional 3rd and 4th catch, but he'll make that 2nd and short. We're going to go deep. He'll make that big play. And you're going to need that because Kobe Fleener got questionable hands, and they need something. And FYI, they need to start Donald Brown at running back. He's their best running back right now.
Yes, that's true.
So, next up, should the Kansas City Chiefs be concerned about their offense? Look, they're 7-0, but if it was up to that offense, they'd probably be 3 and 4. That defense has carried that team.
Let's not act like defenses ain't carried teams to Super Bowls. Super Bowls. Defenses carry teams. Look,
that was 13 years ago. This is a different NFL.
This they got service.
In their division. You got Denver.
That's the issue right there. They ain't played Denver yet. That's what it comes down to. If y'all can even split with Denver, y'all show me some hope. If y'all can't beat Denver at home, there's gonna be some serious problems. Y'all go to the playoffs, y'all be out first round.
I'm sorry. I love what Andy Reid is doing. He's got that, he's letting the defense fly around and make plays. There was a ton of talent there. I don't know what the problem was in the Romeo Cornell. But offensively, Andy is bad. Like,
well, you got Alex Smith, the service guy. But this is the thing, you guys. Jamal Charles get the ball. The defense is playing for Jamal Charles. And Jamal Charles still get his yards.
No, my problem is it's not even Andy's fault. Donnie Avery not consistent.
No.
Dexter McCluster's not really a wide receiver. He's just a kick returner posing as a wide receiver. They need somebody on the other side of the ball. The tight end has not stepped up his game and been consistent. You can't ask Alex Smith. He's not the quarterback that's going to make people better.
No.
He's going to use the talent that's in front of him. And the talent that's in front of him is not a lot. So that offense was scary because I could see them going 13-3, Denver going 14-2. Then you're a wild card and you go out in the first round.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
Let's be real. If Andy Reid does that though, he's done his job. He's came in, he's made a statement. Next year, you got to address all these things. But he's already done more than we expected.
No, I give you that. But when you go 13-3, you're supposed to go deep in the playoffs.
I agree.
You're supposed to go deep in the playoffs. And
I mean, you end up being Atlanta.
They need to address the wide receiver or the tight end position. It was rumored that Tony Gonzalez should go back. The problem is Tony got too much class to quit on Atlanta, so that's not going to happen. But they need to look to make a move. All right, next up is fantasy. Here's what I got for you this week. Eric Decker versus the Washington defense. Decker has been Peyton Manning's #1 target since week 1. And the Washington defense is, let's just say, suspect at best. Jordy Nelson versus the Minnesota Vikings. We talked about the Vikings secondary being horrible. Also, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have anybody else to throw to. Cobb is hurt. The tight end is hurt.
James Jones is questionable.
James Jones, yeah. So at this point, it's Jordy Nelson or bust. Jordy's going to get his plays. And then I like Mike Wallace versus the New England defense because Aqib Talib is hurt. So if your best corner is not there to go against the best receiver, Mike Wallace is going to have a lot of fun. Who you got?
This is what I got right here. I got the extinct list. This is offenses that formerly were. First of all, Rams offense, they not existing this week. Don't put anybody in the Rams offense. Jags, they don't exist anymore this week either. And then Bills, the way that Rob Ryan got the Saints defense playing, Bills offense is not going to exist this week. That's the extinct list.
Look, Thad Lewis hasn't seen the blitzes that Rob Ryan's with the dial up for him. That's going to be a problem. Last week in the picks,
I don't want to talk about it.
Let's just say
I was roofied. I got drugged when I picked these plays.
Let's just say I dominated in a way that
no way LB Jenkins has picked like this before.
Jenkins is embarrassed that he went 4-10.
I was roofied.
Anyway, now I'm leading by a lot for the season. We knew it was going to happen
on any given Sunday.
Let's go. Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Panthers.
Tampa Bay got to win one, but it won't be Thursday night. Dallas Cowboys at Detroit.
Dallas Cowboys.
We've seen this story before.
Detroit.
We've seen this.
Calvin Johnson, 3 receivers. He did last week against the Bengals. He gonna do it this week against Dallas.
I'm going with Dallas on the road.
I'm going Detroit.
San Francisco 49ers winning. 49ers over the Jags. We ain't got to talk about it.
But like I said, non-existent offense, 49ers.
Cleveland Browns and Kansas City.
Cleveland Browns, Kansas City.
I feel sorry for your boy, Jason Campbell. Why they started this week, that ain't fair. Miami Dolphins at New England.
New England.
I'm taking Kansas City on the last one, by the way. New England, not by much, though. Next up, Buffalo at New Orleans.
Saints.
Saints in that dome is tough to beat, and they won't get beat this week. Giants at Eagles.
Might be coming back. The Giants struggled even last week against Minnesota.
Both the teams are not great, but I'm going to go with the Eagles because they have a couple more weapons on offense.
And they're home.
Jets at Bengals.
Jets, great win last week. I'm going to go with Bengals at home.
Bengals. Pittsburgh at Oakland.
Black hole. Oakland.
I told you Tomlin wouldn't let them quit. They haven't quit. I'm going with the Steelers on the road.
2 wins.
Atlanta Falcons, the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going with Cardinals. Carson Palmer, the Atlanta defense so bad. Carson Palmer can't throw them picks.
I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals. Washington Redskins is the Denver Broncos. It's Denver.
Broncos.
Green Bay versus Minnesota.
Packers.
It's gonna be close though. He ain't got a lot.
It's gonna be close.
But if Freeman is still the quarterback, especially Packers. Seattle versus the Rams.
Another again extinct offense. Seattle.
Yeah, but I mean I don't trust Kellen Clemens, but it is on the road, so it may be closer than we anticipated. But I got Seattle winning by at least 10. Remember, for fantasy, you got your bye weeks: Baltimore, Chicago, Houston, Indy, San Diego, and Tennessee. That's all we got for you. Remember to hit us up on Twitter at BIGDADDIEK6. He don't even know. It's so bad.
No.
He don't even know.
I got this new contest. Win a date with LB Jenkins. Win a date with LB Jenkins. Holla at me.
God help us all.
Anybody wanna go with me?